All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Natasha Roberson. For those I am just meeting, I'm super excited to be here today on our Lunch and Grow to train you. We're going to do training and working. Okay. So the topic I want to talk about tonight is, or today, not tonight, is about branding, right? How many of you guys are like, I don't know my brand, or I'm confused, or I'm overwhelmed, or I don't even think about that because it overwhelmed me in the past, right? Where are you when it comes to when I say, your brand? Because I have been in all of those spots and how I felt. I was overwhelmed. I was confused. I was like, I don't understand. This person says this person says that. And then there was times where I'm like, screw it. I don't even care what that is, right? I'm just gonna show up and be like, just whatever I post, I post. And so what I can tell you is that just posting to post randomly with no real direction doesn't get you results either. So you might as well just be like doing, like, not even doing it. So the time you spend sharing your excitement, your passion, your products, your opportunity, your lifestyle, all those things, I want that time to be well used, right? To have a outcome on the end, to have a result, to have an achievement, to have a success on the end of it, not just to spend 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 50 minutes, 2 hours, whatever it is a day, trying to come up with content and stories that don't yield anything at the end. You just wasted 2 hours, right? I'd rather you spend time with your family, have some fun, rather than waste it. So I'm going to come at you with a different, not a different approach, but a different like mindset around it that I hope will help you look at this in a completely different way and actually have a very excited emotion about it, because I am always learning, right? You guys are here today because you're always learning. We're always learning. And I will tell you, this newest book that I'm personally reading, as well as doing the work through it, there's a difference between listening to it, reading it, and listening to it, and like doing the work, right? And so I really encourage you guys with books to do the work, because that's when you get the most growth. But this book here that I'm reading and going through is called Be. So it's Be, a no bullshit guide to increasing your self-worth and net worth by simply being yourself. And it's by Jessica, however you say your last name. Okay, not good with that. But this book really has, I wasn't looking for another book about branding or anything like that. But what it has done is seriously simplified everything for me. And it took everything I felt to a constructed way of doing it. So I'm going to share those things with you. So anytime I get on here and train, it's because it's working for me and I learned it from someone else. So I'm going to teach you guys what's working for me and what I learned from someone else. You guys good with that? All right, so we have overwhelmed. Okay, we're gonna get rid of that overwhelm, because this is seriously such an easy exercise. I'm gonna have timers on my phone, so there will be some silence, not a ton of it, but there will be some silence here. And so just so you know, we'll do the work. We are doing some work today. So what is your brand? I'd love for you guys to just drop in the chat. Like, what does your brand mean to you? What is it? I want a starting point. So like, this is what it is to me. And this is the moment I want you to take that pen to paper, and I want you to spend a few minutes as I chat, give you some ideas. I want you to write down what yours is. I might trigger something for you and go, yes, I need to write that down. Yes, I need to write that. Oh, that reminded me of something else. Okay. So I want you to take pen to paper as I go through this. So what is your brand? I want you to brain dump everything that is you. Like, who are you? What do you love? What are you about? You're a mom, a girl mom, a boy mom, a sports mom. You're a travel enthusiast. You love to travel the States. You are RV camper, like you like to go camping, all those things, right? You are a leader. You are a follower. You are a reader. You are a faith driven. You are a thriver. You are a health enthusiast. You are a fitness enthusiast. You are a beginner fitness person, right? What defines you? You are a personal trainer. You are a nurse. You are a speech pathologist. You are a hairdresser. You are a coach. You are what are you? You are an entrepreneur. So all of those things, brain dump them all out. I want this to be defined as you. You are a wife. You are a friend. You are a daughter. You are a sister. You are a niece, right? All those things, because I think we get so narrow-minded, we forget all that we are. So now that you're writing those things down, you're probably like, okay, I need some time to write all this stuff down. And that's how it should be. I want you to dig into who you are, because I can guarantee you, and this is myself included, anything I say, it's fingers pointed at me first before I point them at anyone else, is that we get so narrow-minded and so narrow focused. All we post about is like one or two things. We are not sharing who we are, and that is defined your brand. Your brand is who you are. People want to know, like, and trust you, right? So looking at the list that you've created, have you given people on your social media the advantage to know who you are, to like who you are, to trust who you are? Or did they just have a little percentage of you? Like, they only have that little percentage of you. They call that the highlight reel, right? They call that just the things that are easy to post about, the things that are easy to share, the things that you think are important. Well, I'll tell you, I get more people saying yes to me because I'm relatable, being a boy mom, a sports mom, always on the go. I can fit it into my day. I make it happen, right? Those people are like, I just see all that you do. Thrive must be working, right? So because I share those things, they know my product is doing something for me versus me having to blast that all over the place. Okay. So there's a way to build that know, like, and trust by sharing all the things about you. So as you wrote those things down, are there points of that list that you have not shared enough? Like people might not even know about you. I am a writer. I am whatever kind of books you like to read, all those things. It's crazy, right? You start writing those things down, you're like, whoa, it's a lot. So now what was really cool about this book, B, and the work that they had us do was you took those brain dumps, like all the things, and you picked your top 4. Like, what are the top 4 that you essentially could categorize all the others under? Because that truly is what happens, right? It's what can happen. And so I was like, okay, I took all of that and I chose, and this is just examples. We're going to take your top 4, right? We're going to take your top 4. But just to give you an example, because it's easier to work through, is I took female entrepreneur instead of just entrepreneur. Okay. I took high vibe energy, because that's defined as me. I like high energy. I like excited energy. I like growth energy. I chose growth as my third one. Always growing. And my fourth one is fun. Okay, so I had a list of probably 40 to 50 that I wrote down from the exercise I first had you guys do. And out of those 40 to 50, the ones that stood out to me were the ones that I then wrote down and can target underneath. So circle 4, 6, you're going to narrow it down. The more you can narrow it down, the easier this exercise is. And then you're going to have so much simplicity. Like, seriously, it's so crazy. It is so freaking crazy how this works. So take a couple minutes. Actually, I'm going to set the timer for 1 minute. I want you to look at that list that you just created, and I want you to narrow it down to approximately 4. When you have your 4, let me know in the chat. And maybe you look at a lot of them and you're like, gosh, these 5 are very similar, but I would like to define them with a different word or a different phrase. Go ahead and do that. This is not set in stone. This is an exercise that evolves, okay? Awesome, Christina. You got your 4. I love it. I love it. Branding made easy, you guys. Branding made easy. They can be titles. It's not defined, Betty. It can be a title, like female entrepreneur is a title, but high vibe energy is an adjective. So it doesn't have to be either one or the other. Whatever feels right to you. Okay, that was a minute. Okay, so you got your 4. No worries, I'm being late. This is always recorded, but okay, so we got our 4. Now in those 4, I want you to take the first one. And then I want you to put words underneath that first one that fit in that category. So for example, female entrepreneur, women, empowerment, innovation, mom, time management, I'm a boss, I'm business, leadership, coaching. Those words all fit under entrepreneur. There's many more, but that just starts to give you an idea of what to put under there. So your first one is, maybe it's a health enthusiast. You got macros, nutrition, you got good fats versus bad fats, you got protein, you have, Weight Watchers, you have keto, you have paleo, you have all, keep going, health enthusiasts, then you have workouts, and you have cardio versus strength training versus this, you have intermittent fasting, you have, all, health enthusiast has a crazy list, right? Recipes, nutrition, high protein recipes versus low protein recipes, vegetarian versus vegan, right? All the stuff. If you're a health enthusiast, if you're a nurse, what does that mean, right? You care, you serve, you heal, you help, all the things that go with a nurse. So now that you got that first one, I want you to go to the second one and do the exact same thing for that. So for me, the second was high vibe energy. So under that one, I have fun, I have growth mindset, I have traveling, I have collaboration, I have culture, I have positivity, I have future thinking, I have celebrations, I have current, and it keeps going. And how I did that one was, when I feel like I'm in a higher vibe energy space, what am I doing? What's around me? What's happening? What am I thinking about? Who's in my space? Who's not in my space? Okay, and so for the third one, you do the same thing. We're going to take a minute and do that. And to give you an example, because I love examples too, is my third one is growth. So under growth, I have authenticity, I have overcoming, I have never give up, I have mentorship, accountability, learning, reflection, goals, mindset, boundaries, standards, and reading. And it keeps going. There's more than that. Erin, the original task was to, who are you? To brain dump all the things about you. You're a boy mom, a girl mom, a nurse, a nutritionist, a health enthusiast, all those things. And then pick the top 4-ish that really stand out, and the other ones can be categorized underneath. And that's what we're doing right now. Okay, one more minute, and then I'm going to show you how to create unlimited content with this exercise. It really and after this session that we have today, I want you to go back through these simple steps, because taking a little bit more time with it really creates clarity. And one thing that I believe 100% is, when you have clarity in your messaging and your marketing and in your social media, people know, like, and trust you at a higher level, much faster and more deeper, versus content, right? Content can be anything and it can be all over the place. But when you have clarity with your messaging and your marketing, it becomes unstoppable. So all right, so wrap that up. So if you have 3, great. If you have 4, awesome. If you have 5, okay. The more you have, the harder it is to really create that clarity. But I personally am working with 3, but this exercise can work with 4 or 5 too. Okay, so next, this is where it gets super fun. So you're gonna take the things you wrote in number 1 and pair them with the things you wrote in number 2. Okay, so 1 and 2. So 1 for me is female entrepreneur. Number 2 is high vibe energy. Okay, so when I pair those 2 up, this is my 1. So create a column that says 1 and 2. And now we're going to create some phrases that go together in this column. So for me, it's female entrepreneur and high vibe. Bringing those 2 together, I'm going to say women, high vibe, empowerment, fun, business, fun, leadership, current. I'm going to say innovation and travel. Innovation, growth mindset. Okay, so you're putting 2 words together from those. And like I said, you're going to want to take more time doing this because we only have 30 minutes here. But you're going to do all of that. Now, that's 1 and 2. You're going to take 1 and 3 and do the same thing with it. Okay, 1 and 3. I'm going to put us on a 4-minute timer here. But 1 and 3. So with 1 and 3 with me, female entrepreneur and growth. I have women and overcome. I have empowerment and authenticity. I have boss, mindset, leadership, authentic, right? So you can create combos of so many from 1 and 2 and then 1 and 3. So create those combos. And then of course you're going to do 2 and 3, right? You're going to combine 2 and 3. And if you have a 4th, then you got to go 1 and 4, right? 4 and 2, 4 and 3. I'm going to give you some time to do that, to create those together. Are you starting to see this? Are you starting to see it come together? Are you still like, oh, I'm not sure what this is going to do for me? A lot of times when you think about brand, you're thinking like business instead of yourself and what defines you, what you are excited about, what makes you tick, right? That's the thing. What makes me tick? What makes me wake up in the morning and get excited for my day? And these are the 3 big things, right? Female entrepreneur, high vibe, and growth. Those are my 3 cores. So with that being said, if I'm not speaking to my audience about my 3 core, they don't really know me and aren't attracted to what I love to do. And the people we want attracted to us are those that want to be around us more or do what we're doing or more information in what we're doing, right? We want them to want to know how we have so much energy, how we run a business, how we are a mom and a business owner, how we are, a mom, business owner, go to work and build, a time freedom. And financial freedom. Like they want to know all those things. But what are we not sharing? We're not sharing those things. We're sharing a promotion. We're sharing a product. We're sharing a story here and there. You can have all of that combined in these messages here. So, yes, sorry. Yeah, Tracy, it goes to my YouTube, then it goes over into the Facebook group. So you can find it in both of those places. Okay, one more minute to keep combining those up. And then I'm gonna share with you where my aha moment was, because I was still kind of confused at this point when I was doing this work right here. I was like, okay, I'm not sure where this is gonna go. How is this gonna work, right? Okay, that was, and like I said, you guys, you're gonna want to continue to go through this work beyond our next 10 minutes together, okay? It is something that I continue to evolve. I started this specific worksheet 6 days ago, and I have evolved it 4 different times. I go back to it, I add to it, I really think deeper about it, you know, adding more to the list of who am I, because sometimes we're too surface. Sometimes we got to ask people like, hey, when you think of me, what do you think about? Because sometimes people from the outside see something that you don't even realize is part of who you are on a regular basis at a high, you know, point where people are like, yeah, that's so you. So you definitely want to ask somebody, ask 3 people to get some more ideas on that. Then you take your top 3 to 5. I would say 3 or 4 at most. Then you're going to start combining all the things. Okay. So it's not random. It is random, but it's not. So like I make it, because what our goal is, Betty, and that's where I'm going to, is the goal is to take these 2 combined words or phrases and create content off of them. Okay. So when you look at this, and the more combos you have, the more content creation you have. The least amount, like when you only have like 4, you're like, oh, how do I say these 4 over and over and over and over again every week, right? It's like, you're gonna get stuck and overwhelmed again and frustrated. So when I did it, I have probably, I don't know, 15 each column. It's around 15-ish of each column where I've combined them. And so if you take my 3 columns times 15, I have 45. Yes, 45. I'm not great with math. 45 plus combos that came together. Now from 45, I can create multiple content from each one. So now when you look at 45 combos, I now potentially have 300 different content posts that I can create, because they're not all going to be the same, right? So, okay, so let's just take women and high vibe. Think about the posts that I could create or you could create. If those are 2 of your, that's one of your combos, 2 of your words, women, high vibe, right? It's culture, it's community, it's fun, it's laughter, it's, you know, all the things, mentorship, right? So like, for instance, you look through your pictures and you're like, oh, wow, women high vibe. What pictures do I have with my girlfriends? What pictures do I have from my last event? What pictures do I have from, you know, a trip we took? What pictures do I have from, you know, any time where you have women and high vibe? And then from there, that picture will create a content post, right? Women high vibe. Are you engaged in a group of women? Do you have a group of women, right? You can ask questions because you want to bring the person into your conversation. But are you surrounded by high vibe women? Let me tell you about this group of women and what they have done for me. How did I find these women, right? So that could be it. How did I find this group of high vibe women and what have they done for me? People are seeking out that community And so here I have women and high vibe. How many posts can I create from that? Probably 7 to 15 different things, small posts, short posts, right? So now I'm like, okay, I could create women high vibe. And then when I'm and if I don't have any pictures to use, guess what goes on my list of need pictures of for social media and marketing, right? Think of your business like an actual business. The marketing department seeks out the pictures they need for what they want to say. If they don't have a picture of the new Escalade, what are they going to ask? They're going to ask a dealership to go out and film it or take, pictures of what they need for their marketing. So if you don't have pictures or video content or whatever for the combo, it goes on a list of what do you still need. And then when you take the picture, like, oh, now I got content for like 3 weeks. I'm good. Then you go to the next one, business and fun. Same thing. I can use very similar pictures because our business is not formal, right? It's not like you got to get in a suit and tie. So like we're just with groups of women and men having fun. And so my post on that one could be, does your business meetings look like this? And that's it. It can go more elaborate. It can be a longer post where we talk about things like, I never knew I wanted a business that included this type of meetings, that included this culture that I'm in, that I had no clue. I was eager and looking for this type of a community. Now, if you go over to your third column, start looking at those combos. Are you getting where I'm coming from? Like where I'm going with this, like how you automatically, your brand is not Thrive. Your brand is you, but Thrive has created this lifestyle for you, right? Thrive has created this energy. Thrive has created these connections. Thrive has created your growth mindset. Thrive has created all the things, right? I was having a conversation the other day with somebody and I'm like, think about where you were before you said yes to our products. She's like, oh my gosh, I was in such a bad place. I go, never did you think, I go, maybe you did, but answer me this. Did you think starting a product would grow your mindset to a point where you are more confident? You have more growth. You are thinking about the future. You are thinking about what you want and what you are going to achieve. And they're like, never did I think a product would give me that mindset or that, and I'm like, exactly. So sometimes we forget about those things. Actually, all the time we do. And so people are like, how can a vitamin do that for you? It's not about that. It's about sharing the moment, that combo, because the combos are defining who you are in the journey you've had and where you're going. So creating these combos defines you, which is your brand identity. Thrive is part of that. Lavelle is part of that. The culture, the community is part of that. But instead of saying all the time, thrive, 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 product, 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 promo, 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 which is getting you no results, take a brand identity approach to how Thrive created this for you. How Thrive, you had no clue this would happen from a vitamin. You had no clue saying yes to your nutrition would introduce you to a group of women that are high vibe that take you to the next level, right? You see how this all like connects. We are not thinking about that. When I see posts on social media, there's no thought to it. There's no depth in it. And it's just blanket. It's just a blanket statement. And most people will move on, right? It's called white noise. I want you guys to stand out. I want you guys to have people stop and read. I want you to have people that go, I want that. I want to go and be in a group of 4 women that look like they're having a freaking blast. How can I be part of that? You're welcome, Kimberly. So yes, the more combos you have, the more variety of people you can make interested in your particular post. Absolutely, Lori. So think about that. So think about that person that hasn't said yes to you yet, has not commented on your stuff, has not responded to your messages. They haven't been attracted to what you have to offer yet because maybe they don't feel they need a product. But when you talk about what the community, the culture, the vibe, the fun, the growth, the learning, all the other things are like, oh man, I need that, right? I'll have people reach out to me and like, I just like how you think. You're always a positive thinker. How did you get that way? Well, let me tell you. So in message, I'm then telling them, I'm talking to them like, I had no clue a nutritional product would change my mindset. I had no clue it would lead me to meeting the people that would make me think that the way that I think now. I had no clue it would open me up to a world of vision boards, right? Who knew a nutritional product would lead me to creating a vision board that I've checked off 6 times, right? That's the conversation I have. And they're like, wow, okay. But they were attracted because they got to know me on a different level than just a product that I have to share with them. At the end of the day, it is all about the product. The product is why I have a growth mindset. The product is why I'm with a community of women that are amazing and men that are just freaking awesome. That when we get together, there's no negativity being spread. There's only positivity and future thinking. That all started because I said yes, just like you. It all started because you said yes to a product that led you to this space that you had no clue it would lead you to, but you're so grateful. How can you break that up into multiple different content posts, videos, right? Stories, Instagram TV, reels, right? There's so many ways you can get this content out so people know, like, and trust you in a manner they never have before. That's what branding is all about. Branding is sharing you. And so I hope this exercise was beneficial. I hope you guys got something from this. I know you're probably like, I still need to work on this. I still need to do this. I need to go deeper into this. If you guys, I don't recommend a ton of books. Like, I'm just not a person that says, go read 50 books. Here's my 50 list. But I can tell you that this book, and I'm still working through it. I'm only halfway through it, you guys, because I'm doing the work, like really doing the work. This book here has been incredible. So take a picture of this, screenshot this, all those things. Okay. Because this book is definitely going to help you with your branding and to really identify who you are. And Thrive and Lavelle is a huge part of that, but it's not the only part. And some people might not like this, but lazy marketing is sharing about just the products all the time. That's lazy. I want you to get deeper. I want you to work. I want you to, you want $1 million business. You want to have $1 million in sales a month. You want to have $2 million in sales a month. You got to get deeper in your marketing, which is the message that you share. You are the message. You're only sharing a piece. Everybody's going to be attracted to all the other pieces you're not sharing. And it's going to lead them to the piece that you are sharing. Okay, that's the difference. That is the difference. Yes, so the book is hold on, wrong. These are just the worksheets, but this is it. It's yellow. Obviously, I print in all black and white to save ink, but it goes through a lot of things, guys, and I want you to take your time going through it. It truly can be a huge benefit for you in your future of that. So I'm just going to look through these here. What about groups? Lori, it's the same, right? It's the same. Not getting kicked out is don't spam them. Don't try to recruit. Don't try to sell, right? If you're sharing and asking questions, groups are a great place to connect. Connections lead to a friend request, lead to a private message, which lead to having a deeper conversation. I'm not in groups to sell anything. I'm in groups to connect with people like-minded or looking for something like-minded like I have. Okay. I'm not there to sell or anything. So your posts are going to be completely different. It's more about attracting those that are your people through a question or commenting on their posts. That's what it's about. Groups are a lot of work. You got to be ready to put the work in to get the benefits you want out of it. You can't be lazy and just post something because you will get kicked out. You will. And it's not the way you want to do it. All right. Yes, Diana, you are reading this. Yes, isn't it great? Like, not everybody picks up a book that is about branding, but I'm telling you what, you need it, you need it, you need it. Okay, well, that's what I have for you guys today. I hope you guys got something from this. I hope you dig deeper into this. I really recommend this book. Like I said, I don't recommend a ton of them, but this one here from start to where I am right now has been so beneficial that I would highly suggest it, and not just listen to it, but listen to it and do the work, right? So I'm an Audible person. I listen to it, but I'm listening, taking notes, and pausing and listening and pausing and then doing the work. And so one chapter that's might be 11 minutes long will take me an hour to get through. I want you to think about that as you go through some of these books that really dig deeper into being a better you. Are you taking the time to do the work to become that better version of you? Because that's what it's about. Okay. With that being said, have an awesome Thursday. Enjoy your weekend. Today was auto ship. Real quick, auto ship day. Reach out to those that their auto ships didn't process because of an expired card. Let them know, put in a support ticket. They'll run it right away once they update that card. Send those thank you notes to those that did order. Customer service is key. I send thank you notes and thank you messages. Hey, thank you so much for your auto ship order today. I can't wait for you to get it. Once it arrives, let me know if all the things are in it. Like always, every month, I remind you, because everyone's human, even in our warehouse, they could mess up on your product. So just let me know. We'll take care of it immediately. No biggie. And then that way, when they open the box and there's a missing product or the wrong flavor, they don't freak out because I've already told them, I got you. We'll fix this. No biggie. So have an awesome day, and I'll chat with you guys all on Monday. I can't remember who we have. I think we have Maria Dillard. I'm not sure. It's either Maria or Lisa. So either way, it's going to be great, right? So have an awesome day, and I'll chat with you guys on Monday.